Hello. I hope I'm audible. In case of issues with my audibility, just please let me know in the chat box. Thank you. So a very pleasant evening to everyone. I extend my warm welcome to all the coaches, players, officials, and basketball enthusiasts who have joined for this webinar, Basketball Development Post-Lockdown, powered by the Dunkyard. So இன்னைக்கு வந்து ஒரு சண்டே ஸோ ஒரு சண்டே ஈவினிங்காக இருந்தால் கூட என்னோட இன்விடேஷன் அக்செப்ட் பண்ணிட்டு ஜாயின் பண்ணதுக்காக ஐ வுட் லைக் டு தேங்க் எவ்ரிபடி அண்ட் my special thanks to Mr. C. Dinakaran, Mr. D.R. Balan, Ms. Srividya Suryasekhar, and my players, Mr. Sanjay Jaikumar and Master M.D. Krishant for promoting the webinar. So before we start, we'll just have a small glimpse about Dunkyard. So Dunkyard is an exclusive basketball court at Salem. So the start பண்ணதுக்கான main aim என்னன்னா, we wanted to provide an independent place for players to train, compete, and play basketball. So right now at Dunkyard, we are providing basketball coaching for grassroots and other skill levels. So we are also conducting exhibition games for various categories. Our court is available for playing on a hourly rental basis. You can also hire the court and its premises for organizing tournaments. Let's get back to the webinar. So basketball development post-lockdown. So if anybody wants to take notes or something, I generally would say நீங்க எடுக்க வேணாம், because நாங்க ஸ்லைட்ஸ்ல எடுத்திருக்கிற எல்லா நோட்ஸ்மே will be giving it to you after the webinar. So notes வந்து it's not necessary to take notes from the presentation. So we have two halves. First halfல வந்து we'll talk about basic things which players have to know. So இப்போ வந்து லாக்டவுன்ல இருந்து திரும்ப வரும்போது ட்ரெயின் பண்றதுக்காக பிளேயர்ஸ் தெரிஞ்சுக்க வேண்டிய விஷயங்கள் என்ன. And in the second half, we'll be seeing some of my insights. So நான் எப்படி பண்ணலான்ற my opinions on how we can start training post lockdownன்றத பார்ப்போம். So first, so during lockdown, I majorly classify players into two categories. So players who are physically inactive. So players who are under complete rest throughout the lockdown. They have been under no diet restrictions, And the next is players who are physically active. So regular physical activity and they would have been under a maintenance diet. So one of the worst things that can ever happen, so physically inactive it's not only bad for your health, but it's also bad for your it's both for your basketball as well as your health. So what happens when you are physically inactive? So first thing there is a change in your body composition. So when you are idle, your body excess energy will start getting stored as fat. So you start losing your muscle mass. At the same time, there is something called reversibility in sports training. So if the more you work out, அதுக்கான benefits you will start reaping. At the same time, நீங்க எவ்வளவு benefits இருந்தாலுமே once you stop practice, அதுக்கான benefits எல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா கம்மியாயிட்டே போயிடும் to the level of negative. The next thing is muscles and joints become weak. என்ன ஆகும்னா when you are very idle, your muscles and joints become weak, and it's not really a good thing for basketball when your muscles and joints are weak. So I really appreciate all the players who've been physically active during the lockdown. So you may have been doing cycling, yoga or power yoga, running, jogging, strength training, high intensity interval training. இதுல ஏதாவது ஒன்னு பண்ணிட்டு இருந்திருக்கலாம். I really appreciate each and every one of you who has stayed physically fit during the lockdown. But here we have the bitter truth. அது என்னன்னா என்னதான் நீங்க physical activity பண்ணாலும் it can never match the requirements of a basketball game. So in the slide போடும்போது I was little hesitant because for the last 3 weeks I was insisting my players to work out online. So I was thinking how they would be reacting to that. I'm not trying to discourage players who have been active, but நான் என்ன சொல்ல வரேன்னா I just want to bring an awareness that just because you're physically fit doesn't mean you are fit for a basketball game. So அதுக்கு என்ன reasonsனா, so the basketball game is very dynamic. So நிறைய விஷயங்கள் you keep doing at a point of time. So you change of pace, so you have to run fast, slow, then sprint immediately within a short period of time. The next is you're supposed to change directions. So in basketball, you attack on one direction and then you counter attack on the opposite direction, and this keeps happening throughout the game. The next is you have explosive lateral, forward and backward movements. For example, for basketball game you might have to do a euro step, you might have to do a step back, you might have to do a fade away jumper. So in the mari there are lots of a jab step. So in the mari you have a lot of explosive movements. The next point is you have continuous and repetitive jumping. So game lo both on the offensive end as well as the defensive ends, you will keep jumping continuously. So the last thing is cognitive abilities. So cognitive abilities na நீங்க ஒரு கேம்ல நிறைய யோசிக்கணும், நிறைய டிசைட் பண்ணணும் within a very short span of time. So these are the things which make the game of basketball very dynamic. So இத்தனை aspects-ஐயும் ஒரு physical activity match பண்ணுமான்றதுனா the possibility is very less, and that's why I'm just saying physical activity cannot match the requirements of a basketball game. So how do we start preparing post lockdown? So இப்ப எல்லாமே நிறைய districtsல 23 districtsல they have allowed playing for the groundsல ஆடலாம்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க from 6 to 5 p.m. So most of you might be starting it from tomorrow. So how do you generally start? So idhiliyum the first thing you do is you have to assess your metrics. So you have to take a record of your measurements and your performances. So idu yen solrana you're starting after a very long time. So நீங்க progress பண்ணாலும் கூட எங்க இருந்து ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கோம் தெரிஞ்சா you will know your rate of progress. So இன்னைக்கு நான் இப்படி இருந்திருக்கேன், so இத்தனை நாளைக்கு கழிச்சு என்னன்றது to observe that rate of progress, it is necessary for you to know your metrics. And also இன்னைக்கு there is a lot of sophistication. So with the internet and e-commerce, இன்னைக்கு metrics calculate பண்றது has become so easy. So the first thing which players should know, the lockdown mudichu, just check your height. So why? As you all very well know, height is always an added advantage to basketball. So you height it is much better. And also your height decides your playing position. You forward ஆடுறீங்களா இல்ல center ஆடுறீங்களா இல்ல point guard ஆடுறீங்களான்னு decide பண்றது வந்து உங்க height தான். So in this slide, okay, I have a text. Okay. In this slide, you can see the height measurements of men players at international level. So you can just watch different positions வந்து என்ன height requirements இருக்குன்றத you can see it. இதே மாதிரி when you this is for a men category. So men players க்கான height requirements, this will vary when it is for women's, and this will also vary for college players. நீங்க வந்து ஒரு age groupல இருக்கீங்கன்னா this will vary for you. So I just want you to just check நீங்க இருக்கிற ஹைட்டுக்கும் நீங்க ஆடுற பொசிஷனும் ரிலேட்டபிளா இருக்கான்றத மட்டும் செக் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. So the next thing, weight. So you are supposed to check your weight. So lockdown, so once you are coming out to train, definitely check your weight. So yana, only when you're in optimum weight, you'll be able to perform at your optimum level. So the second is you can observe trends. So for example, இப்போ வந்து நீங்க வந்து ஒரு பீரியாடிக்கலா வந்து உங்க வெயிட் வந்து மெஷர் பண்றீங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஆன் அ வீக்லி பேசிஸ் ஆர் ஆன் அ மந்த்லி பேசிஸ் எடுத்துட்டே இருக்கீங்கன்றப்போ உங்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு ட்ரெண்ட் கிடைக்கும். ஸோ நம்ம வந்து வெயிட் கெய்னிங் ட்ரெண்ட்ல இருக்கோமா இல்ல வெயிட் லூசிங் ட்ரெண்ட்ல இருக்கோமான்றது உங்களுக்கு கண்டிப்பா தெரியும். ஸோ தட் வில் ஹெல்ப் யூ டு மாடிஃபை யுவர் ஒர்க் அவுட்ஸ் அண்ட் யுவர் ஃபுட் இன்டேக். So BMI, you all know, is body mass index. So எதுக்கு நீங்க பாடி மாஸ் இண்டெக்ஸ் செக் பண்ணனும்னா உங்க ஹைட் அண்ட் வெயிட் வந்து ப்ரொபோர்ஷனேட்டா இருக்கான்றது செக் பண்றதுக்கு யூ see your BMI. So BMI is a score. So அந்த ஸ்கோரை பொறுத்த based on the score you will be into any of the 5 categories. So you may either be underweight or normal, or you may be overweight, obese, or extremely obese. So BMI calculate பண்றது, there is a very easy formula which is weight by height square. So the unit is kg by meter square. நீங்க பார்க்கலாம் ஸ்லைட்ல. இங்க வந்து for example I have taken my height and weight. So my weight is 98 kgs and my height in centimeters is 189 centimeters. So அதை வந்து when I calculate into meters it becomes 1.89. So நான் calculate பண்ணும்போது I just came to know that my BMI score is 27.435, which means I am overweight. So I just have to reduce a little bit of my weight to go into the normal category. Next, you should also calculate your fat percentage. So fat percentage என்னன்னா நம்ம பாடியில வந்து எவ்வளவு fat இருக்குன்றது தான். So to calculate your fat percentage, you have certain methods. So first is your skin fold caliper. So நீங்க அந்த பிக்சர்ல பாக்குறீங்க. So that woman, she's measuring her fat percentage using an instrument. So on the instrument பேர் தான் skin fold caliper. So this in the method என்னன்னா you will get a measurement. So on the measurement பொறுத்த வச்சு you will have a table to know your fat percentage. இன்னைக்கு வந்து skin fold caliper is available in almost on all online stores. Amazonல வந்து I saw it to be around 250 rupees to 500 rupees. நீங்க வேணா செக் பண்ணலாம். Skin fold caliper is very accurate. So next is your digital weighing scale. இன்னைக்கு நிறைய weighing scalesல வந்து you have the option to calculate fat percentage. So these are also available online. So உங்களுக்கு வந்து ஆன்லைன்ல ஆர்டர் பண்ற மாதிரி இருந்தா just check if there is an option for you to calculate the fat percentage. So next is a tape measure. Tape measureன்றது என்னன்னா it is a manual way of calculating your fat percentage. இது எப்படி பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா you are supposed to take the circumference of your neck and the circumference of your ab in the largest circumference எங்க இருக்கோ அங்க வந்து அந்த மெஷர்மென்ட் எடுக்கணும். அதை பேஸ் பண்ணி you can calculate your fat percentage. So இது வந்து this is not so accurate, but still when there is no equipments for you, you can go with this method. So the last one is your CT or MRI scan. So this is the most accurate method, but it is generally used in medical purposes. So let's see the fat percentage of elite athletes. So male pathina elite athletes have a fat percentage of around 6 to 13%. So females it is 14 to 20%. So when you calculate your fat percentage, just compare it to this and see where you are. So that you can slowly close the bridge. So is for your body metrics. So height, weight, BMI, fat percentage, etc. So now is your fitness metrics. So fitness metrics calculate பண்றதுக்கு you can use Cooper test. என்னோட ஒரு favorite test. It is used to test your cardiovascular endurance, that is your physical fitness. So the main aim of the test is for the player to run maximum distance within 12 minutes. So since it is a test, there are minimum requirements to pass the test. For men, you are at least supposed to run 2,800 meters or above in 12 minutes. For women, you are supposed to run at least 2,100 meters or above to clear this test. So how do you do a Cooper test? So the first thing is, all you need is a place to run and a stopwatch or a timer. So நீங்க 400 meter trackலயும் பண்ணலாம், இல்ல basketball courtலயும் பண்ணலாம். Preferably on a 400 meter track. ஒருவேளை 400 meter track இல்லனா, you can do it on a basketball court. So you can get the assistance of your friends. அப்படி இருந்தா you can use a stopwatch to calculate the time. இல்ல உங்களுக்கு யாருமே assist பண்ண இல்ல அப்படின்னா, in that case you can just use a timer to calculate the timing. So 400 meter track when you run a Cooper test, you are supposed to complete a minimum of 7 laps to pass the Cooper test. Whereas in a basketball court, you are supposed to run a minimum of 32 laps to clear the Cooper test. So since most of you are coming from a lockdown, I don't think there is a possibility of you clearing a test. Meaning the possibility is very low. So what I would advise you is, you take a Cooper test. நீ உங்க மெஷர்மெண்ட் எடுங்க, லைக் நான் எவ்வளவு தூரம் ஓடி முடிக்கிறேன் அப்படின்றத பாருங்க. Gradually you keep doing it, maybe over a period of time of 2 to 3 months, I think you'll be able to clear Cooper test. So next is your vertical jump. So vertical jump, as you know, is the maximum distance a player can reach by jumping into air. So there are two ways to calculate vertical jump. One is manually. So what you're supposed to do is, you stand close to the wall, raise your hand as much as possible. ஒரு chalk dustோ இல்ல ஒரு இங்கோ இருந்துச்சுன்னா அதை வச்சு you can make a point. From there you jump as high as you can and mark a point at the highest point. So you will get 2 points. இந்த 2 pointsல இருக்கிற distance calculate பண்ணா you'll be able to get your vertical jump. So vertical jump வந்து நீங்க வீட்லயே இருக்கும்போது you can calculate it. The other method is using an equipment called vertical jump tester. For schools, academies and organizations, I would prefer you to use this because you don't need to have a wall, and also it is very accurate to the accuracy of ½ inch. So I've given a rating of vertical jump. You can check this later in the PDF. We are done with the fitness. So we'll just now see what are the things you should measure with regard to shooting. When it comes to shooting, I recommend players to check these 3 areas: your 2-point percentage, your 3-point percentage, and your free throw percentage. So how to calculate your shooting percentage? So in case you take 25 shots, அதை வச்சு உங்களுக்கு percentage calculate பண்ணனும்னா, number of baskets made ல இருந்து you multiply it by 4. So for example, you make 20 baskets out of 25, then your percentage is 80. So if you take 50 shots, it is the number of baskets made into 2. ஒருவேளை 100 shots எடுக்கிறீங்கன்னா, நீங்க என்ன number of baskets போடுறீங்களோ அது வந்து will be your shooting percentage. So we are done with the basic things. So now we are proceeding to how do you start yourself after lockdown. So நீங்க வந்து physically inactive இருந்திருக்கீங்க, so you've been under complete rest na, you're supposed to prioritize in these areas. First is your flexibility. It can be yoga, dynamic or static stretching. You can focus on your strength, own body weights, as well as weight training. Then you can also do cardiovascular endurance, running or jogging on the court, cycling, swimming, etc. So when you're coming from a complete rest, our main focus enna irukuna, we are focusing on lubricating and strengthening your muscle and joints. So only when you do that, you'll be ready for your main activity. Next, if you're physically active, So நீங்க வந்து ஆல்ரெடி நான் வந்து ஒர்க் அவுட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன், so I've been physically active னு சொன்னீங்கன்னா, I would recommend you to prioritize on plyometrics, which is a continuous or repeated movements, example line jumps, box jumps, step workouts, etc. Next, I would recommend cognitive abilities, which is decision making drills. It may be with or without the ball. So decision making can be done through verbal cues, non-verbal cues, or based on reactions of your workout partner. So next is your agility. So agility involves how quickly you move in different directions. So adu pandradhukku you can work out on your footwork drills, agility ladder drills, etc. So inge vandu the main aim for us is basketball la pathina injuries generally ஆகிறது pathina is due to wrong landing, erratic stopping, unstable change of directions, physical exertion, and bad decisions. So we are initially focusing on these three areas so that we can minimize the risk of injury and at the same time enhance our performance. So next we come to the we are seeing the comeback process or striving to greatness. So if you're really trying to be a great player, it is definitely going to be a marathon and not a sprint. So you have to keep running. It is not running from one point to another. And ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிளுக்கு வந்து we are seeing the story of Chris Paul. உங்க எல்லாத்துக்கும் தெரியும் நினைக்கிறேன். Chris Paul has been so exceptional both in the season and the 2021 playoffs. So we'll just go around the story of Chris Paul. So Chris Paul started playing in the NBA. So he got drafted into the NBA in 2005. So அப்ப இருந்து 2 years since then he became a star. So from that he played for the USA team. He has 2 Olympic gold medals. He has almost around 11 All-Star appearances. He has been awarded as a NBA All-Star MVP for 2 times. He has been one of the all-time best point guard in the NBA. So இது வந்து most of you might be knowing, but still Chris Paul had one dream unfulfilled, which is the NBA championship. So adukku வந்து he has been taking lots of efforts. So there was a very he almost was there when he was in Houston Rockets. So but unfortunately they lost to Golden State in game 7. So adukapra he went to Thunder and tried playing there, and now he's in Phoenix Sun. So in the version he is trying to win an NBA championship. So why I would like to tell is Chris Paul could have thought. So it has been 16 years since he joined the NBA. So most of அவங்க டைம்ல ஜாயின் பண்ண நிறைய players could have been retired. So he could have thought, so I think most of them have retired, நான் ரிட்டையர் ஆகலாம்னு நினைச்சிருந்திருக்கலாம். Or he could have thought, சரி I've almost achieved everything, இது ஒண்ணுதானே அப்படின்னு சொல்லி he could have quit, but he didn't do it. So இன்னைக்கு வந்து he is still running the marathon. அந்த மாதிரி தான் உங்க எல்லாருக்குமே. So there might be little ups and downs in the process, but don't give up. And at the same time வந்து ஒரு கோல்னு ஃபிக்ஸேட் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா just make sure you don't give up till you achieve it. So எத்தனை பேர் கவனிச்சீங்கன்னு தெரியல. So when I initially made a poster for the webinar, நான் வந்து basketball preparation அப்படின்னு போட்டிருந்தேன். So இன்னைக்கு பாத்தீங்கன்னா if on the first slide you could have observed, so I just tried out preparation and I wrote development. So basketball பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் I think both preparation and development are both very important. They go hand in hand. So இன்னைக்கு வந்து first we'll see what is preparation and what is development, and இப்ப இருக்கிற டைமுக்கு நமக்கு என்ன வேணும்ன்றது வந்து we'll see. So preparation in simple words is preparing a team to perform or win in a tournament. So என்னன்னா ஒரு டோர்னமெண்ட் ரெடி ஆகும்போது என்ன பண்றோம்ன்றதுதான் preparation. So it is mastering the things which you know and perfecting it. So I think it is better if I explain you with an example. Just imagine you have a tournament in 2 weeks. Okay, so how would you prepare for it? How would your coach make you prepare for it? 2 weeks a tournament irukna, so you will be doing conditioning in such a way that you can give your best performance. And the 2 weeks கழிச்சு tournament வரும்போது best shape la இருக்கிறதுக்கு எப்படி கண்டிஷன் பண்ணனும்ன்றது வந்து your coach will plan, and you will be focusing more on shooting. Shooting than other skills in pathina, shooting is very important. when it comes to a tournament. So you have to have a higher shooting percentage in the tournament. So next will be your team tactics. So tournament participate பண்றீங்கன்னா அங்க உங்களுக்கு யாரெல்லாம் opponent வருவாங்க, how do they play, so அதை பொறுத்து you come up with a offensive and defensive strategy. Next is special situations. So அந்த டோர்னமெண்ட்ல வந்து உங்களுக்கு என்னென்ன சுச்சுவேஷன் வரலான்றத வந்து you will plan for it. For example, if you are trailing in a game, so எப்படி ஆடணும்ன்ற சுச்சுவேஷன் வந்து you might practice on it. ஒரு 10 seconds இருக்கு, ஒரு கேம் வின்னர் போடணும், அந்த மாதிரி சுச்சுவேஷன்ல how do you practice அப்படின்றத you will see. So மெயின்லி இதுல நான் சொன்னது எல்லாத்துக்குமே பாத்தீங்கன்னா it is everything is based on the competition. So preparation வரும்போது நமக்கு ஒரே இது என்னன்னா we want the team to win. So அதுதான் நம்மளோட ஒரே மோட்டிவா இருக்கும். So everything will be based on the competition. Whereas development, so development பாத்தீங்கன்னா it is developing a player to thrive in the long run. So basically development is teaching new things, repeating it again and again, and repeating it until you form a habit out of it. So adukku vandu I have few examples to mention development. So first one is fitness. So adukku or example eduthikalam. We have a player, okay, or player வந்து he is undergoing a 12-week jump training program, okay va. So 12-week jump training program வந்து he is taking, and at the end of 12 weeks he is dunking, okay, dunk அடிக்கிற அளவுக்கு jump வந்து improve ஆயிடுச்சு. So which week do you state எந்த வீக்ல வந்து jump வந்து increase ஆச்சுன்னு உங்க யாரால சொல்ல முடியுமா? I think you can definitely not state 1 week because the process has started from day 1. So ரிசல்ட் இல்லைன்றதுக்காக நம்ம வீக் 1 இல்லைன்னு சொல்ல முடியாது, ரிசல்ட்ஸ் வந்துருச்சுன்றதுக்காக லாஸ்ட் வீக் 12 தான் ரீசன்னு சொல்ல முடியாது. ஸோ ஃபிட்னஸ் in terms of development is a consistent and gradual process. கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா தான் you will be able to progress. Next is gaining experience. So when I say development, it doesn't have to be training on the court to develop yourself. So you can also gain experience and develop yourself by playing. So adukku vandu or example I have is the district of Thoothukudi. So anga vandu they have this culture of organizing under 10 tournaments. So state la vandu vera engiyume vandu under 10 tournaments perusa nadakkuradhu illa, but still they keep organizing under 10 tournaments regularly. So edukku main ah பண்றாங்கன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, so they just make sure அவங்க players வந்து under 13 க்கு வரும்போது they just make sure they have the enough experience and exposure. So they are focusing on the long run. So எனக்கு வந்து under 13 வரட்டும், நான் அதுக்கப்புறம் ப்ரிப்பரேஷன் பண்ணிக்கிறேன் அப்படின்ற ஒரு மோட்டிவ்ல வந்து இல்ல, but they are looking on the long term perspective. So another is mastering your fundamental techniques. So அதுக்கு வந்து ஒரு example I can give you is, in case you have a flaw in your shooting. So for example, you don't hold your follow through after you shoot பண்ணிட்டு கையை எடுத்துறீங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. So your coach finds out the error, he points it out and he teaches how to do it. அது பண்றதுக்கு என்ன ட்ரில்ஸ்லாம் பண்ணுன்றத வந்து உங்களுக்கு சொல்லி கொடுக்கறாருன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. So you keep doing it, you keep repeating it again and again and again until it forms a habit. So once ஒரு habit form ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா, do you know how long it will last? It will last until you keep playing. So development is slow, but it is consistent and gradual. At the same time, development is more of the long term perspective. Slow ah irundhalum eppadi solradhu, you have a long lasting effect when you work on a development. So when it comes to development, a lot of things lies on the players. So coaches vandu ungalku vandu guide pannalam, they can help you out, but you can never develop until you have the interest and dedication to develop yourself. நான் நிறைய players பார்க்கிறேன், when you have competitions, you take the interest to regularly come to the court, ரெகுலரா வந்து ஆடுறீங்க, பிராக்டிஸ் பண்றீங்க, எவ்வளவு ஹார்டா பிராக்டிஸ் கொடுத்தாலும் பண்றீங்க, பட் அதுவே ஒரு மேட்ச் இல்லாத டைம்ல வந்து you lack interest to come to the court, வரதுக்கு வந்து hesitate பண்றீங்க. Please don't do that, because development is the most important at this point of time. So my opinion, so என்ன கேட்டீங்கன்னா, லாக்டவுன்ல இருந்து வரும்போது, so I would recommend you to start getting ready for 2022. So looking from a long term perspective, I think focusing to perform on 2021 is really not a great idea. So what to do in 2021? So you have 6 months left. So I would recommend you to focus more on development than preparing for competition. Competition is also important, but the thing is, in this period of time, I would recommend you to focus on development. So I have 3 reasons for it. So 21 la there is most likely a very less chances of major tournaments to happen because vaccination process இப்பதான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க for 18 plus. So below 18 எப்ப ஸ்டார்ட் பண்றாங்கன்னு தெரியல. So major competitions நடக்குமான்றது is quite unsure. அதே மாதிரி இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு டைம் உங்களுக்கு ஃபியூச்சர்ல கிடைக்குமான்னு தெரியல. So you have lots of time, 6 months of time to develop yourself. அதை you can just utilize. And the third reason is preparation will become futile if there is another lockdown. So ஒருவேளை third wave க்கு ஒரு lockdown போற மாதிரி இருந்துச்சுன்னா, if you are focusing more on competition, that will all become futile. So I have few things to tell the players. So not putting any work is never going to be a solution at any cost. So lockdown la நிறைய பேர் யோசிக்கிறது why should I work now னு யோசிக்கிறீங்க, but that is never going to be a solution. All the work you put will definitely be rewarded. So lockdown la everybody is working hard, maybe உங்களுக்கு தெரியாம இருக்கலாம். So if you don't work hard, you will definitely be put behind. After the lockdown, there will definitely be a change. So players யாரெல்லாம் ahead இருந்தாங்களோ அவங்கலாம் கொஞ்சம் they might go behind. So players who are behind might come up and shine. So it all depends on how you hustle. So this is my final message to all the players. So keep working. So work பண்ணிட்டே இருங்க. Just develop yourself into a better player every day. So there is only one way. You have to work and earn it. Wishing you the best in all your endeavors. In case you would like to contact me, you can contact me through mail, WhatsApp, or you can DM me in Insta. I am also available in Facebook in the name of Solomon Rajkumar. For coaches and officials who have joined here, in case you would like me to present this webinar for your organization or present any other webinar, I can definitely do it for you. You can contact me in any of the mentioned messages. So thank you so much for patiently listening till the end. So we'll see you in another webinar. Until then, it's Solomon saying bye bye. Thank you.